Okay. All right. Good morning. Welcome to the Friday session of the December California Coastal Commission meeting. We'll call this meeting to order and begin with a roll call, please, Ms. Miller.
Commissioner O'Malley.
Present.
Commissioner Escalante.
Present.
Commissioner Hart.
Present.
Commissioner Jackson.
The elf is on the commission shelf.
I think that means he's here.
Commissioner Kelly.
Here.
Commissioner Lee.
Here.
Commissioner Lopez.
Here.
Commissioner Nadoff.
Here.
Commissioner Preciado.
Here.
Commissioner Wilson.
Present.
Chair Harmon.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Okay, now we'll move to the virtual meeting procedures.
Good morning. This Coastal Commission meeting is occurring both in person and through Zoom.
Hold on.
Oh.
I forgot 3 people. I forgot.
Just kidding.
Final roll call.
I'm all out of sorts this morning. Commissioner Larson.
Here.
Commissioner Eckerly.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Simone, please go ahead.
All right. Good morning. This Coastal Commission meeting is occurring both in person and through Zoom. This meeting is also being webcast and can be viewed online at cal-span.org. If you have internet access and wish to watch or listen to the meeting only and not speak on the item, we recommend you use the Cal-Span website. Those who wish to address the commission today can do so in person, through the Zoom platform, or by phone. The speaker request form may be found on the commission's webpage. Paper form and a scannable QR code for paperless submittals are available on the commission staff table just outside the meeting room. For those on Zoom, we have posted virtual hearing procedures on the commission agenda's webpage, which is a guide on providing comments via Zoom or by phone. Members of the public speaking during general public comments may be given up to 2 minutes to speak at the discretion of the chair. Requests to speak during the general public comment period will not be accepted after 9 a.m. on each day of the meeting. In order to provide the opportunity for the broadest range of public participation, you may speak on a specific topic one time only each month. Those speaking on an agenda item that is not general public comments are typically allowed 2 to 3 minutes to speak at the discretion of the chair. We will accept a request to speak on a regular agenda item until the chair opens the hearing on that particular item. If you have internet access, please go to the commission's webpage and click on the link to fill out a speaker request. If you do not have internet access or prefer to testify by phone, please call the commission staff at 562-477-9089. Again, that number is 562-477-9089. Staff will provide you with a telephone call-in number and instructions for how to participate and provide testimony by phone. We will manage speakers coming in and out of the meeting through a meeting organizer. When it's your time to address the commission, the organizer will invite you to turn on your video and microphone or provide instructions on how to unmute the phone. Madam Chair, that concludes the virtual hearing procedures.
Great. Thank you very much, Simone. Okay, now we will go to agenda changes, and I think I will turn that over to Mr. Hudson.
Thank you, and good morning, Chair Harmon, Vice Chair Hart, and Commissioners. I'll now go over those changes. First, item 9A is moved to consent. That's the University of California of Santa Barbara Notice of Impending Development for a baseball scoreboard. Likewise, item 9A and 10A are related. One is UCSB LRDP minor amendment for that same baseball scoreboard. Item 10A is the related notice of impending development. Next, item 11A is postponed, and that is the appeal for a Southern California Edison project. Item 12A is moved to consent. That's the CDP application by the California Department of State Parks. Item 13A is moved to consent as well. That's the application by the name of 1338 LLC. And item 15A is moved to consent. And that's also a CDP application with the name Redondo 100 LLC. And lastly, item 15B is moved to consent, the CDP application by the Santa Monica Concessions. That concludes our changes to today's agenda, so that brings us to item 4, general public comment. And with that, I'll turn the mic back over to you, Madam Chair.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, now we will go to our council, Ms. Warren.
Thank you, Chair Harmon. The Commission met in closed session. It received litigation information and advice and took action on the following cases and one matter of potential litigation. Morro Bay Commercial Fishermen's Organization et al. Versus California State Lands Commission et al. And Space Exploration Technologies Corporation versus California Coastal Commission. It also received litigation information and advice on the following case, City of Trinidad versus Troy Ancestral Society et al. And that concludes my report.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, now we will go to general public comment.
Yes. For members of the public, I will be announcing the names of the upcoming speakers and invite you to speak when it's your turn. Each speaker will be allowed 2 minutes during general public comments at the discretion of the chair. In order to allow for live video testimony on Zoom, we will be bringing you in as a panelist. As we bring you in, your Zoom will reload. This may take a moment to speed up the process. We will bring several people in at a time, but please remain muted and keep your video off until we ask you to speak. After your time is up, you will be moved back to attendee mode. For members of the public present in the room, I will call your name as in the order that they appear on our sign-up list. When you hear your name, please line up behind the podium and introduce yourself when you approach to speak. There is a raise hand function that will help us find you in the attendee list. If you are using a phone for audio, you can raise your hand by dialing *9. If you are participating by Zoom, you should see a button on your Zoom screen. If you have signed up to speak for this item and are able to do so, please raise your hand now. When it's your time to speak, we will invite you to unmute and turn on your camera. You can unmute yourself on a phone by dialing *6. First up, we'll start in person. Peyton Richardson, followed by Andrew Mayer, followed by Savannah Stallings, and Scott Andrews.
Hello, good morning. Oh, it's on. Okay. My name is Peyton Richardson. I'm a recent graduate of UC Santa Barbara's Environmental Studies program, and I'm here not just as a graduated student, but as someone who has spent real time in the field studying and protecting our coastal ecosystems. During a lot of my coursework and internships, I've worked in several Southern California estuaries, monitoring wildlife, collecting water samples, and seeing firsthand how fragile these ecosystems are. Even the small disturbances like extra runoff, light pollution, and more human activity can ripple through the food web and threaten species that depend on these marshes. The proposed construction of a relatively large residence on the Carpinteria Salt Marsh at 501 Sandpoint Road in Carpinteria isn't a small disturbance. It would permanently change habitat that's already home to endangered species and protected ecosystems. These aren't just names in a textbook, these are living creatures whose survival depends on the decisions made in rooms like this one today. The Coastal Act asked us to safeguard public trust resources for everyone and future generations. We have alternatives, build in less sensitive areas, and invest in restoration instead of destruction. But once an estuary is gone, it's gone for good. I urge you respectfully and passionately to reject this project and protect the estuary and its species and preserve the integrity of California's coastline for all of us who will inherit it. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I have a PowerPoint presentation, I think, with some. Yep. I thought I heard someone else's name in yours. Oh, I think I'm next. Sorry. Yes. Yes. Aha. If you could just scroll through it every 20 seconds or so. It's just beautiful pictures. Thank you very much. Well, yeah. With that, raising the bar. My name is Andrew Meyer. Good morning. I'm the Director of Conservation at the San Diego Bird Alliance. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for the opportunity to speak. I'm here to talk about our project, Rewild Mission Bay, and the 101 Rewild Coalition members who are supporting substantial wetland restoration in Mission Bay, just north of San Diego Bay here. I got the opportunity to be at this meeting on Shelter Island over the summer, and I played some very cute videos of light-footed Ridgway's rails, the federally and state endangered bird that relies on this habitat in Mission Bay. Part of the Rewild project is to also talk about the recreational benefits that we will get, not just water quality, not just endangered species habitat, not just sea level rise resilience, not just access and restored access for communities in Mission Bay, but also the recreational benefit that we will get from a restored wetland. And I'm here to just talk about an event we had just last week with a bunch of partners that was organized by the Climate Action Campaign and the County of San Diego. Folks came to the bay right where this wetland will be restored and painted themselves in a restored wetland. And the point of the activity was to make sure that we were all brainstorming and all on the same page and all as good artists as possible, thinking about ourselves in a restored wetland. There's only 40 acres of tidal wetland remaining in Mission Bay now. There used to be over 4,000 acres, and we need to see a much larger wetland and ourselves in that wetland in order to be able to appreciate and restore it. And the activities like this, even though this is a very bad example of art right there, give us an opportunity to see ourselves paddleboarding, kayaking, painting. That's me, by the way. I'm allowed to make fun of that person. Painting, watching birds, doing all of the things that we do around the marsh at the moment, but we need to see ourselves in that marsh, and the community, the public, sees a restored marsh as a recreational benefit in Mission Bay because we don't have any of this kind of habitat remaining in which to do this in. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, Savannah Stalling, followed by Scott Andrews. And then we'll go to Zoom after that. We have about 8-10 people on there.
Good morning, commissioners and staff. My name is Savannah Stallings. I'm the advocacy coordinator for the San Diego Bird Alliance. I'm also with Rewild Mission Bay, echoing all of Andrew's wonderful sharing. We really appreciate the Coastal Commission's diligent work to protect our natural resources in San Diego and across the state. Earlier this week, you heard comments from some of our partners on concerns for the planned Topgolf on Harbor Island. I know that Coastal Commission staff have expressed to the port the same concerns that the Bird Alliance has about this type of use in public tidelands and bird impacts from netting and lighting in a bayfront driving range. There's a clear history of birds, especially raptors, becoming entangled in nets at Topgolfs across the nation that are adjacent to water. This would be an improper use of public tidelands. It's impossible to fully mitigate the impacts of this netting, and we're really concerned about this combining with other future development plans degrading the overall habitat quality of San Diego Bay, especially as San Diego Bay was home to almost 60,000 elegant terns who did not choose to return to their nesting site in Mission Bay, where they nested in the thousands last year. Because of recreational impacts and other impacts, including SeaWorld fireworks, we echo the remarks of the San Diego Coastkeeper and other partners who were here about the inadequate compliance of SeaWorld to mitigate impacts of fireworks to Mission Bay's bird population, water quality, and human health. Over the summer, we monitored during the 4th of July fireworks shows and recorded over 196 bird disturbances between 2 locations at Kendall Frost Marsh and the San Diego River mouth. This is just an improper use of Bay Area. We urge you to continue your protection of coastal resources, especially as the SeaWorld Master Plan update comes, and to not permit fireworks shows in the Bay that is home to several endangered species who are already struggling with other disturbances, degraded and disappearing habitat, fishery availability, and other challenges. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is Scott Andrews, followed by Diane Wolke, Debbie Peterson, and Kari Weaver. The 3 on Zoom, be ready. We'll be moving to panelists soon. Thank you.
Good morning, Scott Andrews, Saver Access. Apparently Ray's being Ray, or you guys didn't get the memo. I'm not sure which. So I'm here teasing this report, 70-pager on San Diego Bay overdevelopment. It seems the Coastal Act does not apply to San Diego Bay. So I know Las Vegas has 37 hotels. This bay, if the port has their way, will probably have 35, 37 hotels. That's overdevelopment. In the city of San Diego, they had over 200 acres to redevelop. Coastal Act says, under the Port Master Plan, that we get a 10-acre major park. We're not going to get it. They've privatized every parcel on both Embarcaderos and both dredged islands. Now down south, in your area, the owner of this hotel is getting 1,500 condos, a housing tract on public islands. Those are the stakes. So we're waiting on some documents. We'll have this ready unto you the first of the year. And I hope you'll have your lawyers look into it, because we had, of this report, we did a perplexity AI scan, which is a little dicey, tends to be favorable for those submitting for review. But even having said that, looks like some asset fraud, definitely port commissioner conflicts of interest, and numerous federal and state legal violations. So thank you.
Thank you. Now we're going to our Zoom. Again, that's Diane Wolke, followed by Debbie Peterson, Kari Weaver, and Mark Smith. Diane Wolke, you can unmute yourself. Start your video.
Good morning. Safe Healthy Plainfield would like to express its appreciation for Diana Garcia and Dr. Janet Torres of the Long Beach office for their dedication and work on 4 projects. Santa Monica Board of Education has announced plans to install synthetic turf at Ocean Park School and the immediately adjacent Los Amigos Park, both within the CDP. It is planning a product that has 16 times more plastic blades for every school. The same product is also being promoted for the baseball fields at Palisades Recreation Center in a high fire severity and landslide zone. In March 2023, a sinkhole developed in Potrero Canyon alongside the baseball fields, and it's also where the CDP disallowed PVC and HDPE pipe irrigation pipes due to microplastic releases. In November of 2023, the sewer pipe became clogged with trash and debris from the baseball field, with plastic turf clogging the pipe and microplastic and other toxic leachate, resulting in biofilm collecting bacteria, will become a significant public health risk as the pump station filters the drainage and returns it to the top again. The system will not filter all microplastics, no nanoplastics, toxic chemicals, or bacteria. Palisades High School is in the process of replacing its 10-year-old plastic turf field. All components contain PFAS. Hundreds of thousands of pounds of used tire crumb will be used to replace the running track, along with hundreds of gallons of toxic binders. With a small creek running alongside the school, it's a short trip to the beach and the ocean. We need strong policies to not risk subjective determinations based on guidelines. Please develop policies, post them on your website. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Debbie Peterson, followed by Kari Weaver, followed by Mark Smith, and then next will be Leslie Kashiwada. Please be prepared to be moved to panelists. Debbie Peterson, if you can unmute yourself. I see you unmuted.
Thank you for your dedication to our coast. I come to you today with an urgent plea. Are there 2 of you here who would hold the line to honor the people's 1975 mandate, who will save my city's irreplaceable scenic vistas? You passed the Grover Beach LCP in 2014 when I was the mayor. As a citizen planning commissioner and council member, I shared in the public visioning project, the master plan that inspired it. We dreamt of a vibrant coastal visitor serving zone where mixed use boosts commerce and creates affordable housing in buildings under 40 feet to preserve our small beach town feel and unique ocean and dune views. What we protected is now lost. The community asked, but what about the Coastal Commission? During the pandemic, building heights climbed to 66 feet with full lot cover at 2.25 square miles. As you can imagine, we used to see the coast from most streets. If two of you today initiate an appeal of the 261 Rockaway Grover Beach CDP on public access and LCP grounds, you can tackle this statewide issue. It's a 21 condo tower on a 10,000 square foot lot in a tsunami and moderate liquefaction zone separated from our state park only by public rights of way where habitat was destroyed without permits. We've appealed to the city and lost. Scenic access was ignored. Out of 10 tower blocks of 221 condos planned in our coastal zone, it is the only one with affordable housing, 2 600 square foot units. By tripling above moderate income homes, we meet RENA numbers, but now we have no room for the 83 lower to moderate income homes that we're short. Are there two of you today who would start this appeal process to preserve and protect this local, state, national, even international treasure?
Thank you, Debbie. Next is Kari Weaver, followed by Mark Smith, followed by Leslie Kashiwata, and then Gary
Hi,
Hedrick.
before you start, can I just ask a quick question? I have an image. Am I allowed to put that up on the screen?
No.
No,
Not from your
okay.
end, no. You had to
Ma'am,
send
you
it
would have had
us.
to submit that ahead of time, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. I forgot. My apologies. I've been working on this effort for a while. Okay, thank you. My name's Carrie Weaver. I am a resident of Pacific Palisades. I lost my home in the Palisades fire. I, along with Diane Wilkie, who just spoke, are a number of people in our community who are bringing to light an issue that's happening right now. At the Palisades Charter High School, they are actively removing the burned artificial turf and replacing it with new artificial turf. As Diane mentioned, the school is just right up the hill from the coastline. It's less than a mile. It's 0.7 miles away from the coastline. And it is right next to a waterway that leads down to the coast. And then the second one is our Palisades Recreation Center, the Park Advisory Board, who has been told that if they vote yes, that the general manager for the Rec and Park will green light the project. They are going to be installing artificial turf on the playing field at that city park, which, as Diane mentioned, is above hill from the coast. It's less than 0.6 miles away from the coast, and it runs off into the Pedro Canyon, which there's a waterway that goes down into the ocean from that canyon, or there's a recirculation system, but it all goes downhill. And we are desperately asking that someone help us and get involved, because we don't want the artificial turf to be contaminating our water system. And again, both of these locations are next to water systems that go down into the coastline.
Okay, thank you, Kari Weaver. Next is Mark Smith, followed by Leslie Kashiwata, followed by Gary Hedrick, and then Lila Renero. Lila Renero will be moving to panelists soon. Mark Smith, go ahead and speak.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. My name is Mark Smith. I've lived near the Pacific Ocean most of my life, and I'm familiar with much of the California coastline. I've always been keenly aware that our coast is a precious and irreplaceable natural asset. That is why I strongly oppose the decision to approve a new luxury residence at 501 Sandpoint Road on the Carpinteria Salt Marsh. You heard from another speaker this morning in person there on this topic. It is a project proposed on an estuary that is home to endangered species that have survived fires, storms, and centuries of change, only to face what may be their greatest danger yet: habitat degradation due to human overreach. It's becoming more and more clear our existence on this fragile planet directly depends upon the health of the natural world, of wildlife. The Carp Salt Marsh is just one example of this. Yes, it is wild and beautiful. I have been there, but it is also important to us. If our ecosystems are damaged or lost, it's not just wildlife that suffer. It hurts our ability to thrive today and for generations to come. So today, I respectfully urge you to review the decision regarding the proposed property on Sandpoint Road in Carp. Doing so can protect the estuary. It can enable endangered species to thrive, and it can preserve the integrity of a coastline that belongs to every Californian, present and future. Together, let's choose to be remembered as the generation that drew a line in the sand. Thank you for your time and consideration. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Next is Leslie Kashiwada, followed by Gary Hedrick, followed by Lila Renero, and then Patricia Opatz will be moving to panelists. Leslie Kashiwada, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Thank you. I have a PowerPoint presentation, please.
Okay, give them a second, please. Okay, it's up. Go ahead and speak.
Thank you. This photo is of the Fort Bragg headlands, the mill ponds there. Most of you were there in September, so this just provides context for you. I want to focus on the beach berm that you can see and also just to the south. So next slide, please. And I'm not seeing it, so I'm sort of watching it there. It's kind of hard for me to see what's up. Okay, I'm gonna have to wing it here. I'm not even sure what I'm looking at. Darn. Okay, could you pause for a moment? I have to pull the slides up on my computer because I'm not seeing them.
Okay, so we'll move to somebody else if we need to. You have 1:30 seconds if you want to figure yourself out real quick, and then we'll come back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So we'll come back to you. We'll leave you at 1:30 seconds. Next is going to be Gary Hedricks. Gary, unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I have a photo I wanted to share with you. It's a photo of a canister, and then I'll just, I have another, yeah, there we go. Thank you. So good morning, commissioners. My name is Gary Hedrick. I'm the founder of San Clemente Green, and I'd like to speak to you about the condition of nuclear waste containers at San Onofre. I want to begin by acknowledging a positive step. Southern California Edison's agreement to release all visual inspection photos of the canisters is an important move towards transparency and public trust, and I appreciate that. That said, I think many of us are in the same position. We're not experts in interpreting these images. In several cases, it's difficult to understand the significance of visible surface features, and some of the photos are of such limited quality that their value for independent review is unclear. I have no reason to doubt the good faith work of the third-party contractor who performed the analysis. However, given what is at stake, it's essential that these images be fully understood and independently evaluated. If anything in these photos suggests degradation or conditions that could shorten the expected service life of the canisters, we need to identify that sooner rather than later. These thin-walled canisters were always intended as a temporary solution. The key question has never been whether they will eventually fail, but when. That makes this a race against time, and it raises the cost of overlooking early warning signs. Now that these photos are available, I respectfully urge the Commission to ask questions, seek additional expert review where appropriate, and consider whether improvements in imaging quality are needed. There is simply too much at risk to rely on a single analysis when additional perspectives could help confirm or challenge the conclusions. If there is less time than previously assumed, the public and the Commission need to know that now, not later. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Lila Renero, followed by followed by Leslie Kashiwada. So please be ready. Then we'll go to Patricia Opatz and then Timothy Morrison. Be ready, I'll be moving you to panelists as well. So Lila Renero and then Leslie Kashiwara.
Greetings, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, greetings, Honorable Chair, Commissioners, and staff. Thank you for your ongoing work to protect our coastline and hearing our concerns. I'm Lila Renero, a concerned citizen and longtime resident of Pedro Point in Pacifica, and a founding member of the grassroots group called Pacifica Homes Are Not Hotels. I've provided comments in the past couple of Coastal Commission meetings regarding the revised short-term rental ordinance for Pacifica, which has been put in effect in the non-coastal areas, and hopefully will be coming to you all soon for ratification in the city's coastal zones for the residents living west of Highway 1. I'm speaking again today because my family and our friends and neighbors are continuing to deal with the chaos created by living next to short-term rentals and want to have peace restored to our community. It's stressful living with the everyday nuisances, such as loud noise, cigarette and marijuana smoke, illegal parking that blocks access for emergency responders, overflowing garbage, and property neglect. It's another thing entirely to just not ever feel safe in our own home. There are half a dozen STRs within a 200-foot radius of our home. We've had to deal with numerous issues, including entitled renters throwing debris towards our house, lack of privacy because the STR uphill from us looks directly down to our home and has a telescope facing our home. The out-of-state LLC owners even hired a lawyer who sent us letters threatening legal action for having called the police for help with enforcement of these issues. Other neighbors have been victims of malicious behavior, including false distress calls to the police and delivery of adult bedroom toys to an elderly neighbor. It's exhausting living like this. It's scary, nerve-wracking, sleep-depriving, stomach-ache-inducing, and leaves you feeling completely helpless. We eagerly await the return of peace and quiet in our community and the benefits of living amongst actual neighbors. Thank you again for your time and attention to this important issue. Have a good day.
Thank you. Next is Leslie Kashiwara, followed by Patricia Opatz, followed by Timothy Morrison. Timothy, please accept the move to panelists. Leslie has a minute and 30 seconds left.
Okay, thank you. This first slide just sets the scene. What many of you have already seen this area, the mill ponds on the Fort Bragg headlands. Next slide, please. This is a view just to the south of the beach berm that shows the dam and spillway. Next slide, please. This just shows some of the erosion that was photographed in 2009. Next slide, please. This is a close-up showing the erosion. Next slide, please. This is a view that I took in 2023 that if you see the spillway and the dam, you can see there's been some shoring up that was done in 2010. Next slide, please. This is a view taken quite recently in October, showing that even that kind of shoring up is being undercut. So even though it was, given some shoring up, it's not going to last. Next slide, please. Then I'd like to focus next on the beach berm. The beach berm here shown at high tide in 2022. You can see in the middle there's a place where it's being cut into, and then a picture taken a year later, you can see how storm surge overtops the beach berm, and especially in that middle section. Next slide, please. So this, no, you can go back one. Thank you. So this shows that middle section being eaten away even more, and then quite recently in December 5th, it's been eaten away even more. Next, final slide, please. So the proposed treatment of the toxins in these mill ponds is to basically leave them in place and just armor these structures, and that's just not going to work in the long term. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is Patricia Opatz.
Good morning, Coastal Commission. First, I want to wish you all happy holidays. And then deeply thank you for your support in appealing the Surface Transportation Board's decision to call Mendocino Railway a railway instead of an excursion train. Something to not be so grateful for is the fact that the John Meyer case versus Mendocino Railway, that appeal, it was reversed. A huge setback for that man and his family, as well as the possibility of developing the entire mill site in Fort Bragg. The reversal of John Meyer's case is like walking up to a dead whale on the beach. The first thing you go is you're sad. What happened? How did it happen? Then you step back, partly because of the stench, and you're in awe of the size of this creature. It's mammoth. They're huge. It's impressive. You step back a little more and you get encouraged. You're encouraged because these creatures still exist. And the reason they still exist is because we've done something. Thank you, and do have happy holidays.
Thank you. Next is Timothy Morrison, followed by Thomas Parker. Thomas Parker, I don't see you on Zoom. If you do, can you please use the raise hand function so we can find you, please? Thank you. Timothy Morrison, go ahead.
Members of the Coastal Commission, thank you for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the owner of 711 Sandpoint Road. As the architect has been developing plans for the residents at 711 Sandpoint Road for over 10 years, yes, 10 years, I witnessed the evolution of changes made by the Coastal Commission, the most significant change being the Coastal Commission officially acknowledging sea level rise. I was present during the delays of all coast development while the Coastal Commission developed guidelines and building standards for coastal properties. These guidelines were initially developed to enlighten homeowners of potential hazards they may arise from the sea level rise. Homeowners were required to produce extensive, multiple layered studies to confirm their awareness of the future potential conditions affecting their developments. Further delays were caused when the Coastal Commission revised the original guidelines and studies to a new updated set of standards requiring homeowners to revise the previous studies. The new version of these studies would now be used as building standard requirements. The next level of restrictions added by the Commission was to impose a revised 100-foot setback from the salt mark for development. This was revised from the previously established 50-foot setback. The next restrictions used by the Coastal Commission was to hire a staff biologist to require, with subjective opinions, what portions of a owner's by right building envelopes were undevelopable. The staff biologist's work has been disputed by at least 2 reputable licensed biologists, but the result was still the imposition of further restrictions on buildings by the Coastal Commission. In 2017, after an extensive review by the County of Santa Barbara, a land use permit was approved for 711 Sandpoint Road. The Coastal Commission used all of the above newly created guidelines to impose restrictions to deny 711 project from moving forward as approved by the county. Naturally, having experienced the result of increased restrictions, the homeowner of 711 is dumbfounded. The Coastal Commission would entertain approving development of a resident of 501 Sandpoint Road with a 20-foot setback. That's really being considered.
Thank you. Next, we don't see them. Thomas Parker. Thomas Parker, if you're on Zoom, can you do the raise hand function? We're going to find you. Do *9 if you're using the phone. I don't see him. Okay, so that concludes our public speaking for today.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you to the public, and thank you, Simone. I'll return to the commission. Any questions or comments? Commissioner Notoff.
Just a couple to staff. Maybe so. Wanted to know what the role of the commission is at San Onofre at this point. Not sure what our role is now. And then the other one is we've been hearing about the Pacifica short-term rental ordinance, and I was just inquiring where that is in the process.
So in terms of San Onofre, we have an existing, well, we have several permits associated with the nuclear storage facility there. And we are, there's a requirement basically that Songs inspect its canisters essentially every 5 years. So throughout the permit term, and the permit term is
I can't remember exactly when it ends, but we have quite a bit of time left on it. So we have been looking at photos with the canisters. I don't think we've seen the one that was presented today in public comment, but are aware of kind of all those photos and sort of take in the data as we get it and review it, make sure it's consistent with the permit. So we don't have an active role except for monitoring our condition compliance at this time. And then I am not sure about the status of the Pacifica LCP. I think there is an amendment in the works, but I'm not sure what the status is. So we'll have to check with our North Central Coast staff and get back to you on that.
My understanding is it's in process, but
I believe so. But I don't have a timeline. Usually, if I could.
Thank you.
Oh wait, hold on one second. It's either been submitted or will be soon. So we're likely maybe looking at an early 2026 hearing, but that's not confirmed.
Commissioner Preciado, did you want to make a comment or ask a question?
No, I changed my mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Jackson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dr. Kate, do we have anything? We had a speaker who talked about the 60-plus foot construction, and I think it was Grover Beach.
So I think we had some public comment related to housing. I think it was a housing
Yes, it was
development
the
that was
housing
approved in
development.
Grover Beach.
Right.
So I'm not aware of the specifics of those cases. I would note that the commission takes appeals, both from commissioners but also from the public. So I don't even know if it's ripe, so I don't want to speak out of turn. But if there is a project that's been approved by local government that's appealable to the commission, then the members of the public could appeal it, or the commissioners could appeal it themselves.
Right, but it's not something on our radar as of now that you're aware of.
Hold on.
Sorry.
No, I get real-time communications here.
I know.
We're almost so again, not confirmed, but it looks like it may not be appealable to us. We're aware of it. We're kind of checking into it, but we're not sure it's appealable.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Truly. Okay. With that, I don't think that anyone else has any other questions or comments, so we will move on. Thank you. Does that take us to 5A? Director Huckleberry, is there anything?
That does bring us to item 5. And item 5 is the administrative permits for all districts on the agenda today. We're not aware of any opposition to the single administrative permit being reported, and we're asking whether 4 or more commissioners object to the approval of the administrative permit being reported today.
Thank you, Mr. Hudson. Any ex partes? Any public comments?
None.
Thank you. Do 4 or more commissioners object? Seeing no objections, the commission concurs. Thank you. On to the
Thank
consent.
you. And that does bring us to item 6. The next item on our agenda is the consent calendar for all districts on the agenda today. There are 3 items on consent, and staff is not aware of any opposition to these matters. The applicants are in agreement with the staff recommendation, and your staff is recommending the commission vote and approve the consent calendar.
Thank you. Any ex partes? Any public commenters?
None.
Move consent.
Second.
It's a motion by Vice Chair Hart, second by Commissioner Wilson. They're asking for a yes vote. May we have a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner O'Malley.
Yes.
O'Malley, yes. Commissioner Escalante.
Yes.
Escalante, yes. Commissioner Hart.
Yes.
Hart, yes. Commissioner Jackson.
Aye.
Jackson, yes. Commissioner Kelly. Yes. Kelly, yes. Commissioner Lee.
Yes.
Lee, yes. Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Lopez, yes. Commissioner Nadoff.
Aye.
Nadoff, yes. Commissioner Preciado.
Yes.
Preciado, yes. Commissioner Wilson.
Yes.
Wilson, yes. Chair Harmon.
Yes.
Harmon, yes. The vote is unanimous.
Thank you. The consent calendar is adopted. Okay, item 7, please, Mr. Hudson.
Thank you. Item 7 is for applications to be moved from regular to the consent calendar for all districts on the agenda today. As mentioned during the agenda changes earlier this morning, there are 6 items that we're recommending be moved to consent, and those items are item 9A, the University of California at Santa Barbara Long Range Development Plan minor amendment dealing with a baseball scoreboard and its related UCSB notice of impending development also for a baseball scoreboard. Item 12A, that's the state parks application. Item 13A, the 1338 LLC CDP application. Item 15A, the Redondo 100 LLC CDP application. And item 15B, the Santa Monica Concessions CDP application. And I would note that although staff is recommending item 15A, the CDP application for an 11-lot subdivision and construction of 11 new homes in the San Pedro area of the city of LA, is being moved to consent. We do have an addendum for that item. It addresses some concerns raised by a member of the public regarding landscaping. Staff would note that the issues raised were fully addressed in the addendum and in the staff report that the landscaping on site will be native and non-invasive vegetation, and that all surveys for some of the landscaping trees being removed were conducted as part of the filing requirements for the application. There were no nests on site, and regardless, we still have a condition requiring any pre-construction surveys by a qualified biologist occur as well to ensure that no potential impacts may occur. I would also just like to note that we also did receive an email from Ms. Robin Rudisell this morning, also raising concerns about landscaping and deck railings, and staff believes those issues were also fully addressed in the staff report. And then lastly, on that same project, I would just note that we wanted to highlight that that project does include one of the 11 new units to be dedicated as an affordable low-cost unit. And just note your staff continues to work to encourage and expedite new affordable housing projects in urban areas. And with that, I'll just close and note that staff is not aware of any opposition to any of the other items being moved to the consent calendar, and we're recommending that the commission vote and approve this item. Staff is available for questions.
Great, thank you very much. Are there any ex partes? Okay, seeing none, are there any members of the public who wish to comment?
Yes, we have 2 of them, Leslie Purcell for item F9 and Zoe Collins for 2 items, F12A and F15B. So we'll go with Leslie Purcell for F9.
Good morning, Commission. Yeah, I wanted to comment on the sign for the 68-foot tall video display at UCSB that's proposed. And I just wanted to raise the issue of possible effect on nesting birds, as there are trees on both sides of the proposed sign, and it's 2.5 times bigger than what they've had before. And I also note that it says the sign would be used, and it's, lit up, and I guess there's also some sound effects with it, starting in February and then through the spring baseball season, which is also nesting season. So I'm wondering if there is any monitoring and or discussion of mitigation if there are birds nesting in the vicinity. I believe it said there were no special species in the area, but that was all I saw that was possibly related report. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Zoe Collins. She has F12A and then F15B as well.
Hi, so just to clarify, do I get just 2 minutes for both items?
No, 2 minutes each.
Okay, awesome, great. Thank you so much. My name is Zoe Collins. I'm here representing Heal the Bay, an environmental nonprofit advocating for the coastal waters and watersheds of Greater Los Angeles. For agenda item 12D, I'm commenting in support of the staff recommendation to approve the project. We'd love to offer our strong support for the erosion control plan, the habitat restoration plan, putting meaningful safeguards in place for ecosystems and water quality. But today I'd just like to stress the importance of upholding the public access plan contingency and specifically call for the project to be completed within a reasonable time frame as stipulated in standard condition 2. Leo Correa State Beach is an important site for science, education, and recreation, and access needs to be maintained. Oftentimes, public access pathways such as the staircase can be deprioritized. For example, the construction of the staircase at Point Doom, which is definitely a much larger project in scale, but demonstrated a need for future projects to be guided by specific timescales to ensure prompt project execution. So thank you very much for your support of this item and public access to our Los Angeles beaches. The second item that I wanted to speak on today is agenda item 15B for the Santa Monica concessions. Gilda Bay generally supports the staff recommendation to approve this after the fact CDP application and would like to specifically support special condition 3 for the marine debris reduction. According to Gilda Bay's 20+ years of trash cleanup data, single-use plastic foodware from food facilities like restaurants and cafes consistently falls in the top 5 categories of the millions of items that we've removed from LA County beaches and neighborhoods. Gilda Bay's plastic pollution experts are strong proponents of replacing the single-use plastic with durable, reusable alternatives, and requiring reuse for on-site dining is one of the best solutions for this source of waste. We're currently advocating for many of the same criteria in this condition, such as reuse for dine-in, to be passed as local ordinances in surrounding jurisdictions, and would strongly support these criteria becoming a standard requirement for any food facility seeking a CDP from the Commission within the coastal zone. Setting the standard, especially at sites like the Santa Monica Pier, which is already plagued with excessive trash and consistent poor water quality, is an essential piece of the holistic suite of solutions needed to prevent plastic pollution in our waterways and ocean. Thank you very much for the foresight for requiring all 7 of the criteria in the marine debris reduction special condition, and we support the staff's recommendation to approve with these conditions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zoe. That concludes our public speaking.
Yes, we're good. Great. Sorry, apologies. Returning to staff, if they want to make any comments, or to the commission for comments, questions.
Thank you. I'd just like to take a quick chance for staff to respond to Ms. Purcell's questions and note that potential impacts to birds was the main issue that our staff evaluated. The university did conduct surveys, and we did confirm that there was no potential impacts to any nesting species from the scoreboard, either from lighting or from its installation, and that there was no nesting within the vicinity.
Thank you very much. To the commission. Comments, questions, or motion?
Move approval of items, consent calendar for items removed from the regular calendar.
Second.
That's a motion by Commissioner Notoff, a second by Commissioner Kelly. They're asking for a yes vote. May we have a roll call, please, Ms. Miller?
Commissioner Escalante?
Yes.
Escalante, yes. Commissioner Hart?
Yes.
Hart, yes. Commissioner Jackson?
Aye.
Jackson, yes. Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Kelly, yes. Commissioner Lee?
Yes.
Lee, yes. Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Lopez, yes. Commissioner Notoff?
Aye.
Notoff, yes. Commissioner Preciado?
Aye.
Preciado, yes. Commissioner Wilson?
Yes.
Wilson, yes. Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
O'Malley, yes. Chair Harmon?
Yes.
Harmon, yes. The vote is unanimous.
Thank you. The motion carries. Okay, now we will move on to item 8, please, Mr. Hudson.
Thank you. And item 8 is the Deputy Director's Report for the South Central Coast District, which this month includes 3 permit waivers and 1 certification review. In regards to the certification review being reported, it is for an LCP amendment by Santa Barbara County to update cannabis regulations related to odor control. The county's amendment was approved by the commission at our September meeting, and the executive director has determined that the county's subsequent action accepting all of the commission's suggested modifications pursuant to a resolution is legally adequate, and thus this amendment will become certified upon being reported today. This matter is being reported to the commission pursuant to our regulations and does not require any additional action or concurrence by the commission today. Staff is not aware of any opposition to any of the items that are being reported today and that do require commission action, and we are asking whether 3 or more commissioners object to any of the items for which action is needed today in the Deputy Director's report. I am available for questions.
Thank you. Any ex partes? Any members of the public who wish to comment?
None.
Okay, do 3 or more, any objections to any of the items in the Deputy Director's report? Okay, seeing no objections, the commission concurs. Mr. Hudson, back to you.
Thank you. And that brings us to item 14, the Deputy Director's report for the South Coast District, which includes 2 immaterial permit extensions. We're not aware of any opposition to those items, and we're asking whether 3 or more commissioners object to the items in the Deputy Director's report. I am available for questions.
Thank you. Any ex partes? Any members of the public who wish to comment?
None.
Thank you. Any objections to any of the items in the Deputy Director's report? Seeing no objections, the commission concurs. Thank you. And then I think we've got 15C. Yep.
Thank you. And that does bring us to the last item today, 15C, which will be presented via Zoom by Dulce Cortez, a coastal program analyst in our South Coast District. We do have a PowerPoint presentation for this, if we could pull that up. And Dulce, please take it away.
Thanks, Steve. Good morning, Commissioners. Item 15C is an application by EAH Housing for a coastal development permit to construct a 6-story mixed-use 100% affordable housing development at 1318 and 1320 4th Street in the city of Santa Monica. The project includes 120 affordable units, 2 manager units, and an 18,300 square foot ground floor grocery store and 2 levels of subterranean parking. The site is city-owned and previously contained parking structure 3, which was demolished under a prior CDP. Next slide, please. This project qualifies.
Hold on one second, Dulce. We're having trouble with the
Okay.
slides. Give us 1 second.
Okay.
We're good to go.
Okay, go ahead,
Okay.
Dulce. Thanks.
Do you want me to start over?
No, we're okay.
Okay, slide 2, please. The project qualifies for streamlined ministerial approval under state law AB 2011 as amended by AB 2243. As a result, the Commission's review is limited to the objective standards of the Certified Santa Monica Land Use Plan. The project is not subject to the full set of Chapter 3 Coastal Act policies typically applied to coastal development. Next slide, please. The project site is designated downtown commercial in the certified LUP. This designation allows a mix of residential, retail, visitor serving, and other complementary uses. The LUP allows development up to 6 stories and 84 feet in height with a 3.5 floor area ratio and a 50% floor area discount for residential uses. The proposed development conforms to each of these objective standards. In addition, the site is not located within a scenic view corridor identified on LUP Map 13, and therefore the project will not impact existing public views. Next slide, please. The project is located within a highly urbanized portion of downtown Santa Monica, served by existing sidewalks, bicycle facilities, public transit, and municipal parking structures. The development does not involve any encroachments into the public right-of-way and will not obstruct existing pedestrian, bicycle, or vehicular routes to the coast. The project includes on-site parking consistent with the objective standards of the certified LUP, which require new development to provide off-street parking on the same parcel. Bicycle parking is also included consistent with applicable LUP requirements. Next slide, please. In closing, the proposed project meets all applicable objective standards of the certified Santa Monica LUP. Thus, staff recommends approval with one special condition, which requires that the 120 affordable units be maintained as affordable for the life of the development, consistent with affordability requirements imposed by public funding sources. There is an addendum for this item which makes minor changes to the special condition in response to concerns by the applicant and the City of Santa Monica to provide some additional flexibility while still ensuring that all 120 units remain affordable for the life of the development. With the change in the addendum, both the applicant and the city have indicated that they are in agreement with the staff recommendation. The motion to approve the project can be found on page 5 of the staff report. This concludes staff presentation. Staff is available to answer any questions.
Great. And thank you. But before we close the staff presentation, I just wanted to make one quick overarching observation about this project and note that although this project does not have, as far as we are aware, any opposition, we did want to provide a brief presentation in order to highlight that we think this is a great project providing 122 affordable units, and some of those, many of those will be provided as support housing and low affordable. And we did work very closely with the city and the applicant to overcome some issues early on. One of those was to ensure that our special condition was acceptable to local government. Our condition, we believe, is really important because it ensures that this project won't just be affordable for 55 years. It'll be affordable in perpetuity or for the life of the development. And so we believe that that is critical for ensuring that these projects are consistent with the Coastal Act, especially given some of the new laws that have gone into place that change the standard of review and reduce some of those standards and expedite those procedures that we believe are appropriate for affordable housing. But we want to ensure that these projects remain affordable housing in the future since they were subject to those modified standards of review. So with that, I'll just close comment, note that we are available for housing, but I also want to take the opportunity to thank the city and the applicant for working so closely with us to overcome those issues.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hudson. Are there any ex partes? No? Any members of the public who wish to comment?
None.
Okay, thank you. I'll return to the commission for comments. Commissioner Escalante.
No, I just want to say it's a beautiful thing. So excited. I hope that, we'll see some headlines how much the Coastal Commission loves affordable housing. So very excited. Congrats, everybody.
Commissioner Wilson.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Was this related to the approval of the removal of the parking lot that we did some years ago?
Yes, and through the chair, I'm happy to respond, and that is correct. This is the same parcel. This once was a public parking lot in Santa Monica. The city determined that they had a surplus of parking. And part of our findings for that original project to demolish the parking lot was that it was approvable because the intent was that this parcel be used for affordable housing. So it was another reason why we thought it was so important that this be protected as affordable housing in perpetuity.
I appreciate that because I do remember the findings that had to be made and I would say the gymnastics that we performed in order to get that through. And I just want to really appreciate both the staff and everybody for getting it through that moment because it was, it was at a time when there was a lot of concern about what our position was on affordable housing and in its relationship to and housing in its relationship to parking, and I think we got the ball over the line, and I really appreciate it. So thanks. I'm just so grateful this actually manifested into an actual project. So great. And I don't have the motion in front of me, so I'll let someone else do it.
We've already had a volunteer for the motion, but Commissioner Lopez.
Yeah, I just want to state that EAH is an amazing company in terms of what they're able to pull off as a nonprofit. I'm about to ribbon cut 100 all affordable units in Greenfield here in the heart of the Salinas Valley. We're also pulling off a veterans project that was recently opened in Merida called Light Fighter Village. And so just in terms of having the right partners and people at the table to get things done, I'm thankful to see them taking this project on and completing this number of units in a place that needs so much more. So just appreciative of EAH along with all of the comments made by my fellow commissioners, praising staff for helping to get this to this point today, knowing that it's faced several hurdles over the years, but just very grateful that we'll be able to vote on this today and get it done. Thankful to each and every one of you who had a part in taking care of these units that will house over 100 families. So thank you.
Commissioner Kelly, did you want to make a comment?
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on the unit mix and just give some gratitude. I want to align myself with the comments of my colleagues and Commissioner Lopez as well, just regarding working with EAH and their ability to deliver some of these projects in our region. And I did want to just add that the unit mix from studios up to 3 bedrooms and kind of seeing the combination there, it really is what we want to be seeing. I think, for workforce units as well as families and not just a building that's, one size fits all. You're going to have seniors here. You're going to have people with low to very low, extremely low income, as well as, working families who are on the pathway out of poverty. And so I think just seeing that is really helpful. I noticed in the staff report, there's a comment about a play area. I don't know what language we use, but a play area for kids. And just, I didn't see any renderings of that, but wanted to confirm that we're hopefully going to prioritize natural materials and, reducing the amount of plastic that we are utilizing for that play space. And I don't need a comment, just wanted to put that note out there. And then also, it's wonderful to see a project with this amount of unit count and density, and we'd love to see more of them come forward in the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Nada.
Thank you. This project is, I'm pleased to make the motion. I know the neighborhood well. It's around the corner from the office where I worked for many years, and it's great to see this happening here. And I also wanted to just do a shout out the importance of the commission waiving the application fees for this type of affordable project. So that's great to see as well. So with that, I move that the commission approve coastal development permit number 5-25-0502 pursuant to the staff recommendation, and I would request a yes vote.
Second.
It's a motion by Commissioner Nodoff, a second by Commissioner Kelly. They're asking for a yes vote. May we have a roll call vote, please, Ms. Miller?
Commissioner Hart?
Yes.
Hart, yes. Commissioner Jackson?
Aye.
Jackson, yes. Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Kelly, yes. Commissioner Lee?
Yes.
Lee, yes. Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Lopez, yes. Commissioner Nodoff?
Aye.
Nodoff, yes. Commissioner Preciado?
Yes.
Preciado, yes. Commissioner Wilson?
Yes.
Wilson, yes. Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
O'Malley, yes. Commissioner Escalante?
Yes.
Escalante, yes. Chair Harmon?
Yes.
Harmon, yes. The vote is unanimous.
Congratulations. The motion passes. Okay, before we adjourn, there's just a couple of comments folks want to make. We will.
Real quick, we do have minutes.
We have minutes, yes. So before we do that, we're going to
And
do
statewide
our
items.
minutes.
Yeah.
And statewide items. So we thought we were done, but we're not. Okay. So we have, let me just get, which minutes? No, but we have, thank you.
Wednesday.
So this is item 18 from Wednesday. Draft, we have the minutes from October and November. Any public comment on the minutes? No?
None.
Perfect. Questions, or I'll entertain a motion?
I move the minutes.
Second.
It's a motion by Commissioner Wilson, a second by Vice Chair Hart. They are asking for a yes vote. Ms. Miller, thank you.
Commissioner Jackson?
He stepped out for a moment.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Kelly, yes. Commissioner Lee?
Yes.
Lee, yes. Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Lopez, yes. Commissioner Notoff? Notoff, yes. Commissioner Preciado?
Yes.
Preciado, yes. Commissioner Wilson?
Yes.
Wilson, yes. Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
O'Malley, yes. Commissioner Escalante?
Yes.
Escalante, yes. Commissioner Hart? Hart, yes. Commissioner Jackson?
Aye.
Jackson, yes. Chair Harmon?
Yes.
Harmon, yes. The vote is unanimous.
Thank you. The minutes are approved. And then any commissioner reports or subcommittee reports that anyone wants to make? We did have a Conservancy meeting. I'm not prepared to make any comments about that other than to say, read the report, which is online, and there is a very cool video series on PBS. It's a 6-part series about sort of the underrepresented voices around the coast, including like just elements of art and music, and it just is stunning, and I highly recommend everyone please go watch it. It was really fantastic, and it's the second meeting I'm in where I'm saying I forced my kids to watch it, and they just loved it. So I think it's really excellent. I can't recommend it enough. It's PBS SoCal. I think the link is in here. Okay. Any report from the Deputy Attorney General's office? None? Okay. Well, then I think we are well and truly done with our agendized items, and we will go to Dr. Larson.
Thank you, Chair Harmon. Can I have 15 minutes for my I'm kidding. Thank you, though, Chair Harmon. And this is the last meeting on the commission for this particular Lieutenant Governor's office, so I just wanted to give some brief remarks because next year will, of course, be the controller, and then we will be out of office when the next LG is here. So first, on behalf of the office, it's been an enormous privilege for us to serve on this commission in alternating years now, the last 7 years. During that time, obviously, a lot of amazing work's been done. I will not run down the list that my predecessor provided in his stint, just to say that it is humbling to work on the magnitude of issues that come before this board. And I mean, just this week, we've talked about the Tijuana River pollution crisis. We have talked about Diablo Canyon, everything in between. Want to pass along just sincere thanks and gratitude to the staff of the commission, fellow commissioners, and members of the public who show up meeting after meeting after meeting. I haven't been here that long, but the engagement is really, really incredible, and I think it moves the needle. So thank you for that. And, you know, I just think, lastly, on behalf of our office, just the guiding North Star of protecting the coast and protecting access to the coast is so important, and the work this commission does is so important. We've just been really proud to be a part of it. Personally, on behalf of myself, just gratitude and thanks to everyone on this commission and the staff for welcoming me to this and just really folding me and bringing me into the fold so quickly, so generously. So my thanks to everyone here for the privilege of being at this board. Thank you.
Thank you. That was lovely. We appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Larson, and thank you to the Lieutenant Governor for her commitment. And now I will turn it over to Dr. Huckelbridge.
Thanks. I wanted to do a couple of thank yous myself. So first, to all of you, to the commission, thank you so much for all of your time and effort this year. It's been a long and productive year. Really proud of the work we did here, and thank you all for your commitment to the Coastal Act, to this commission, and to keeping our work going. So huge thank you to all of you, and especially, and again, the thought that was put into all of these decisions. Really appreciate it. I want to give a huge thank you to Anthony and our AGP team for keeping us online and making our meetings accessible to the public, and for, you know, performing magic like James had to do for this meeting to make sure that we were able to even have an internet connection. You all are incredibly amazing, and often, take a bow, take a bow. We know a lot of the work that you do goes on behind the scenes, but we want to appreciate it and make sure you know we see it, and we are grateful for you all. I want to thank my staff, and especially those that make these meetings run. Huge thank you to Simone and to Chris for working, and for the other folks that aren't here today that have been able to work through the public comment, keep us kind of moving along and efficient. We appreciate you guys are amazing. Lisa Moore, want to thank you. Lisa has the job of sitting outside. She doesn't even get to hang out in here with us. She often has to sit in the cold outside the meeting. She's the first point of contact for most people that come to our commission hearings, and she has grace and kindness and answers all the questions and just the patience that I can't even imagine. So Lisa, thank you so much for your patience, but just, shepherding the public through our process and making sure that they are welcomed in. You are their first person and you do that so well. So thank you. And of course, thank you to Vanessa. This is her very last. Vanessa, we appreciate you. We feted you earlier, so I won't repeat my remarks from Wednesday, but just know that we will miss you, and we're grateful for all of the time and effort you've put into this agency. We heard some really cool stories throughout the week about Vanessa's involvement in getting the first whaletail plate, just to make it a possibility back in the day when there was people would have to call in with their orders, and it was Vanessa on the phone with paper, right, writing out the orders and taking, anyway. So, part of the reason we even have the whaletail plates and the grant program we have, Vanessa was a part of that very beginning. So that's just one example. There are many, but we're going to miss you.
I just want to say thank you to everybody. It's been great working with all of you. A lot of changes all the time, but it's always great to just be able to be a servant and then help all of you guys. Thank you to the public. Sometimes, you meet some really interesting people, and but they become friends. And so a lot of the members of the public are my friends. They follow me on Facebook. And, I communicate with a lot of them. Lydia Ponce, she's probably somewhere listening, but I love her. But it's been great. And I just want to say thank you all for being so amenable and kind. It hasn't always been like that with commissions, but you guys have been great. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
And just to close out, I also want to echo Vanessa's thank you to the public. We wouldn't be here today if it weren't for all the participation and interest and just willingness to engage in our process from the public. And so I am grateful to be in the position to welcome them in and really listen, and please invite the public to just keep doing what they're doing, and bringing in all the issues, letting us know what's going on, engaging in our process, and then finally just get ready for the 50th anniversary next year. So everybody get some rest, because it's going to be a big year next year, and just wish everybody some rest and peace over the holiday season. Thanks.
Perfect.
And thanks to Kate, our amazing.
Yes.
All right, thank you. We echo all of those thanks. Thank you to Imperial Beach for hosting us. Yes. And with that, this meeting is adjourned. We'll see you all in 2026.